Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's me, Cyrus. Today we're looking at this most recent patch for the Sega Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. Who doesn't love Castlevania? And who doesn't love Symphony of the Night? I mean, this game is absolutely amazing. And it goes without saying that I think most people would agree that the PlayStation version of Symphony of the Night ended up being a lot better, a lot more accurate, a lot more refined than the Saturn release. The Saturn release was kind of a mess, and it didn't even make it to the United States. So there's a reason for that. The Saturn version is based on the PlayStation version, so some of the graphics they suffered because of that. There was some difficulty getting translucency effects to work. And there's a big difference between translucent graphics and transparent graphics. I hear big YouTubers who talk about stuff all the time. For some reason, they keep saying transparent when they're actually referring to translucent stuff. There's a big difference. Transparent means you can see right through it. Like it doesn't, like a transparent color on a graphic means that there's nothing there. You see straight through it. There's nothing. It's an absence of space because it's transparent. That lets you see the background behind in an image. Like, for example, that Dracula X that you see on screen, I'm sure it has a transparent color that they have set to be transparent, so you don't see it at all. You see the background behind the lettering. Whereas translucent is you see through it, but you still see it. You still see some of the graphics. It's affecting the what you're seeing because you're still seeing some of it. It's partially transparent. It's translucent. Anyway, sorry. It's just kind of one of those pet peeves of mine. But anyway, so the Saturn didn't really do translucency that well for a lot of games. Not that it couldn't do it. It absolutely could do it. In fact, there's plenty of games that have translucency that it looks fantastic. But a lot of Saturn games use sort of a mesh. They use graphics that are, they have like this pixel mesh effect that prevents you, that allows you to see through, but it's the individual pixels that are still present are not translucent. They're actually just there. So it's kind of this weird effect. I was trying to remember what it's called. Dithering. Dithering effect. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. All right, anyway. So this update allows for some translucency. It fixes a few bugs in the game. It actually fully translates the text to English. And yeah, I'm very curious to see how it goes. There's some links in the description of this video where you can go find out more about this current update. This sort of, they call it Ultimate Version 1.0. There's been a bunch of different versions of updates to the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night, some of which did some of these things, some of these different updates and stuff, and some were like English translation, but they didn't get them all together until now. It's all sort of combined into this one ultimate patch. And I think there's still some things that need to be refined, but for the most part, this is a huge upgrade. Does this make this better than the PlayStation version? Well, that's for you to decide. That's not for me to decide. And that's going to be a matter of taste and preference and this sort of thing. But this version does have some really cool extra stuff that's not in the standard PlayStation version. Here's a cool sound test that'll let you go through and listen to the music and stuff. I think that's pretty awesome. There's different difficulties that you can set, which is pretty cool. And we're just gonna start here, and I'll show you some more of the enhancements. Data select. Okay, as you can see, I've been playing through on a different build, but we're just gonna start a new one here. That'll work. And as you can see, you get to pick your character right at the beginning. Maria, Richter, Alucard. Yeah, pretty cool. We'll just stick with Alucard. You're going to be able to skip through the cinematics if you want to. This also has enhancement for the RAM cartridge. If you have the 4 megabyte RAM cartridge, it'll load things into memory to make the load times better. Also, there's a map that's a lot more accessible. So yeah, but it doesn't actually fix some things in the game. There are still some stuff, some effects that need to be adjusted, like when you turn into mist. They haven't added translucency to that. I don't know if they're going to be able to, and a few other things like that. As you can see, the cutscenes are still standard, like video files, and so they haven't really been changed or fixed or anything like that. It's just your standard Sega Saturn video. Looks pretty dated, but it's fine. This is one area where the Saturn, unfortunately, didn't quite measure up to the PlayStation. The PS1 could do a lot better full motion video. I mean, this is fine. It's just, I'm sorry, PlayStation FMV is better. All right, here we go. I'm playing this with S-video cables, so bear that in mind. I do have RGB cables for my Saturn. I just figured I would throw in some S-video here just to show you the quality of that. Okay, so you can see Richter's in his alternate costume right here in the beginning. A little bit of slowdown, a little bit, not too bad, but there is a little bit of slowdown here. Definitely not as punchy as the PlayStation version. Yeah. Okay, well. Also, they had mentioned that they took the black bars off the top and bottom of the screen, and I think that kind of creates some problems. Like you can see right here, the game was coded with a certain aesthetic in mind, and those black bars are supposed to be there for that, because they didn't code in whatever's, you know, I mean, look, you can see stuff right there you're not supposed to see. So it's a hack, you know. Oh, come on. I don't really need to mess with that too much. All right, let's fight Dracula.
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy! You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind! A cesspit of hatred and lies! Fight for them then, and die for their sins!
Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Obviously, I forgot that they had also replaced the voice acting. So we have English voice acting, not just English text. That's awesome. Except that it's based on, I believe, the PSP version. There's a PSP version of Symphony of the Night that you got along with the remake of Rondo of Blood, the 3D 2.5D or whatever remake of Rondo of Blood that they did for the PSP, and Symphony of the Night was in that. It was like a hidden thing you could unlock or something like that. So apparently they had changed voice stuff and maybe a few other things. And that's what this voice acting is going to be based on here. Now, if that bothers you, and I could fully understand why it might bother you if you've played the PlayStation version of this for years and years, then be aware that that's the case in this patch. But I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I obviously am used to the PS1 version, so it's very different. But I'm kind of like cool with that, just to have a different kind of experience. That immediately, though, is going to affect my view because I am. I mean, I've played the original Symphony of the Night a billion times, so this is, it's going to be difficult for me to say that I would prefer this over that. You know what I mean? But I'm all for having slightly different, maybe new experiences with games that I've played for however the freak long that is, 30 years or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, back to fighting the Dracula. All right, let me get in my rhythm here. Oh, I thought he was, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought he was going to do the other thing. I gotta say, this is way easier than it is at the end of Rondo of Blood. It's not super hard to do it at the end of Rondo, but this is quite a bit easier. I mean, I can hit him twice in this version. Plus, I can do this whip thing, which you can't do in Rondo. I wish to God you could, but it's fine. They make it to where it's like basically impossible to not beat Dracula in this opening sequence. Like, you really have to screw up to lose to Dracula. Well, that definitely improved that. Oh, and I ran right into it. I see a little bit of slowdown right there. A little bit of slowdown. Little slowdown. Quite a bit of slowdown. Let's see if I can.
Impossible! Not this time!
Oh, it's not gonna read it. Sometimes. Okay, interesting. That's fine. I don't know what version I had played where it actually read the words. Maybe that was on the remake that's on the modern consoles. You know that they put out a collection that had Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood all together. Maybe that was the one that read it. Can't remember. And I think that version is based on the PSP version as well, if I remember correctly. Which is going to mean that, yeah, I'm still going to prefer the original PlayStation version. But I do respect the work that's gone into this, and if you have a Sega Saturn and you want to play Castlevania, this is, I mean, so far, this is the best it's gotten, you know? Obviously, like I said, I'm not trying to disrespect the work that's been put into it, but this is not as good as the PlayStation version. Not yet. There's been some slowdown and some issues, and you know, it is what it is. We'll play for a few more minutes and then we'll do something. I'll do a little comparison of the actual PlayStation version. I'll just put a little bit of that at the end of this video. I have that digitally on my PS3, so we'll try that out. Just as a comparison. Alright, so that's way better, because on the original Saturn version, that was a mesh right there, and it was a not just a mesh, but it was a mess. Major slowdown and stuff like that. It doesn't really slow down too much. There's maybe a hint of slowdown, but it's like 1,000 times better than what it was. Because in the original Saturn version, you hit those guys, and the whole game comes to almost a grinding halt. Now we have, translucent fire and flames and stuff. That's way better. Also, my ghosts behind my character are translucent. So, yeah, this is better. This is a lot better. Let's take a look at this water down here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice. And you can see again, the black bar's missing, leaves stuff on the top of the screen that you're not supposed to be able to see. That's not a problem with the PlayStation version because the Saturn's aspect ratio is different than the PlayStation. So, it's just a problem with this version.
What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there will be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
Okay, so that's a little wonky. It's cool, but it's also a little wonky. Yeah, I don't want to be too critical. I'm trying to not be too critical. I definitely appreciate what has been done here. I'm just being honest about my comparison. That's all. I think this is awesome, though. This is really awesome. All right. Go bring up our menu, equip, and short sword. All right. What I want to see is the map. We need to bring up the map. Okay, that's my back slide. That's the R shoulder button. I don't have the map yet. I think, if I remember correctly, I have to enable. I have to get the map, I think, and then I can use it. So we'll hang out for a second before that happens. Save it here. Cube of Zoe. I don't even remember what that does. Cube of Zoe. Let's see. Cause items to materialize. Okay. Let me check something real quick. Nope. Okay. We'll play a little bit more here. I at least want to get to where I can enable my map. I like the intro, the little text they put for the location change. That's pretty cool. Oh, crap. I gotta hide curious. Better than nothing. Leather shield. That's the C button. Oh, another save spot. All right. It's been a long time since I played this. Ow. I mean, it's Symphony of the Night, you know? It's not a bad version. Not anymore. Just has a few little things that might bug you. It's definitely a massive improvement over the original release. That's for sure. Cloth cape. Oop, wrong button. There we go. I was hitting the wrong button. I was like, what happened? Didn't even realize you could create a new save file right there. Now I know. Whoops. It was almost a mistake. I don't even know if I can kill these guys. I'm gonna try. Sheesh. It's gonna be a big mistake. Got one of them. Die. See if I can do any of my magic. Man, I don't even remember my magic. I didn't need it, so. All right. There we go. I did one of them at least. There's another one. Yeah, I just can't remember all that. I gotta try to find a list of them, so because I can't remember. I can't remember what they are. Ouch. I love killing those guys. They die like the creatures on Kroll. I always think of Kroll every time I kill one of those guys. Sunglasses. I mean, if you're a vampire, you need to have some sunglasses, right? Not that you would be in the sun, but still, you gotta look cool. All right. Yep, I didn't mean to do that. Yep. Thought there was a save spot there. I was wrong. Still not sure how to bring up my map. Thought I had to get my map, but Thought I would have had it by now. Let me come to this screen. Nope. Nope. Okay, so I had to read. I was wrong. You do have the map. You have it from the beginning. In order to do it, hold up and press start, and it brings up the map. Just hold up and press start, and there's the map. It's that simple. Okay, so now I know. We'll play just a little bit longer now that I understand that. Just to kind of get a feel for how this plays and all that. I don't think I can go through this door yet. No, not yet. Crap. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. Oh, damn, I thought I killed him. The load times are definitely improved. I'm gonna stick with this. Oh, you know what? I'll go back to the holy water because I want to see. Yeah, I want to see how it looks. Looks like they need to fix the translucency for the holy water. We'll look at it again in just a second. Here we go. It looks okay. Yeah, looks okay. Yeah, can't quite get up there. I hate those creatures. Yeah, I don't like them. Spirit Orb. Remembered that one. The voices are different and it freaks me out. Not used to that. Yeah, we're not going in here yet. Pretty tough area if I remember correctly. I think that might be I might be wrong. I'm not sure if that's a Saturn exclusive area. There are some Saturn exclusive areas in the game. Ouch. Damn it. Come on, man. Leave him behind. Obviously, I'm not playing this in a serious way. We're just kind of goofing around here. Okay, we'll just do a quick comparison with the PlayStation version. I'm going to fire that up. We'll check it out. I mean, obviously I could keep playing this and we could see more of, you know, what the game has to offer. But for now, that's where we're going to stop. And let me load up the PlayStation version. We'll play that for a few minutes, just as a comparison. It'll be the PS1 version playing on my PS3, PS1 digital version. All right, here we go. Symphony of the Night on my PlayStation 3. Just jump in. And if you never played it on the original PlayStation, obviously I think that's it's my favorite way to play it. But again, some of that might just be nostalgia and the way I originally experienced it and stuff like that. So it's up to you. But it's what I'm used to, and I prefer it. So pay attention to the graphics and slowdown, translucency, load times. I mean, obviously this is a digital version, so load times will probably be pretty good, but pay attention to some of those details. All right, here we go. I had to switch the assignment of my controllers. Controller I was using was set to player 2 instead of player 1. All right. Now, obviously, we don't get to pick our character right away. This is the original version. Notice the difference in quality for the full motion video. It's bigger on screen, and I think it just looks better. It's still old FMV, but it's but it's a little bit better. Yes, you can control the now loading, if you didn't know that. Okay, so this is the original outfit for Richter. Notice there's no slowdown. There's no slowdown. That is very, very much faster. Quite a bit faster. That's how it's supposed to look.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Yeah. This just looks a lot better. I'm sorry, the graphics are... It is what it is. I mean, they're trying to fix the Saturn version, but it has problems. I give them a lot of credit, you know, because it's come a long way, absolutely. But, I mean, for me, this is the way I want to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I want a PlayStation controller in my hand. I want to play the original PS1 version. It looks so good, plays so good. It's just awesome. My buddy John, the Retro Bro, has played through this game probably 1 billion times. he's super familiar with this to the point to where he could probably play it like blindfolded. Maybe not blindfolded, but he could definitely play it. I don't know, with some like one hand tied behind his back, probably. And I played through it a few times myself, so yeah. Now watch how this goes. Watch the animation. See how much smoother and cooler that looked? Look at the background. Look how fast that moves. Ouch. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Do you know who I am?
No, it cannot be!
Yeah. And we'll play just a little bit more of this as Alucard, just so I can show you just a little bit. We're not going to do very much. And we'll wrap this up. I don't know if you could really appreciate, like, unless you were around when this first came out, I don't know if you can really appreciate how amazing this was back in '97 when this came out. Castlevania hadn't been like this, you know? We didn't get Rondo of Blood in the United States. So the last Castlevanias that we had played was like the Super Nintendo, Castlevania 4, and Castlevania on the Genesis, the Bloodlines, which was really cool, don't get me wrong, but full orchestra soundtrack, like, this was like on another level. This was like operatic. This is like an operatic experience. Just like, I don't know, it was just on a whole nother plane of existence. And when this game came out, it was $39.99. That's what this game cost. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I watch this. Look at that. It looks better. It's smoother. Everything's just better, you know? I mean, the Saturn, it's a great console, and the games are amazing on the Saturn. But this game wasn't designed for the Saturn. This was designed for the PlayStation. So, when they tried to bring it to Saturn, it was very difficult. Check out the water down here. There you go. See what that looked like. See the translucency on his sickle?
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
See that translucency on his shadows? Yeah. So, yeah. Just go right. We're just going to go to this next area just to take a look at the difference in how they do the transitions, where you see the titles for the areas that you go to. Then we'll stop because we're not going to play through, we're not going to play through the game or anything. Okay, equip. Short sword. All right, now if I want to bring up the map on the PlayStation version, all I do is hit select, and there's the map on the screen. It's not like a whole thing. That's a lot better. And bear in mind, the way they're handling the map in this new version is an improvement over what it was like in the original Saturn version. The original Saturn version, you had to actually press start, go to this screen, and then from here you could get to the map. But there was none of this like in and out, super fast, look at the map and come back stuff. They definitely didn't have it translucent on the screen like that. All right, here we go. So there you go. There's a difference in the transitions between areas, but yeah. One thing I'll say, if you do end up ever getting the digital version for the PlayStation 3, the PS1 version, it does work on the Vita and the PlayStation Portable. If you buy it on one, you get it on all of those. And some of these games are getting free versions that you get for the PS5. So this one is not one of those, but it could be at some point. I'm just letting you know. Also, I'll mention if you press the PlayStation button, you get the manual to the game in here, which you can then go through and look at all the artwork and all the stuff, which is pretty damn cool. So, yeah. You have a few other settings in here for things you can change around too if you want to. But anyway, so that's my quick assessment, taking a look at the PlayStation version compared to the new Saturn release, the Ultimate release, as they're calling it, version 1.0. It was released January 1st, 2024. And if you want to play through it on the Saturn, go for it, because there's been a ton of improvements. It's a pretty cool version, pretty cool way to play Symphony of the Night. Is it better than the original PlayStation version? Probably not, but it does have some things that the PlayStation version doesn't have, like some extra areas. I think there's some extra weapons, some characters that you can select 3 different characters at the beginning, different clothes for those characters. There's definitely some improvements, and there's a hard mode, a music player. There's some cool stuff, so it's worth playing. But that's it. That's my video. Links in the description. Check it out. I will talk to you guys later. Go play some Castlevania. Symphony of the Night is amazing. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.